What's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and welcome to Nightly Gaming News, where we talk about gaming news nightly, or at least the stuff that I care about. Gameplay in the background is just kind of miscellaneous. Massage your eyeballs with that as we jump into our deal of the day. I like starting out like this. I think you do too. Wake up in the morning, get some free games, right? Well, today we have a free UBISOFT game, World in Conflict. Next week, we're actually getting Assassin's Creed 4, but today we get World in Conflict for completely free. Now, I know there's lots of deals going on. I was checking them, and I put a couple of games here and there, but seriously, how are you going to beat a free game? So I'll mention that. If there's ever a free game, please let me know in the Discord or in the comments somewhere. Let me know so I can shout it out. And this is one of those games, World in Conflict. Again, remember, Assassin's Creed 4, coming in a week. I'll let you know when that drops as well. So our first story of the day, well, it's kind of three stories in one, just a whole bunch of Nintendo news. You guys clicked on the title, you want to talk about it, so just a lot going on. And frankly, before we really dive into this, let me just say Nintendo has just been hitting home runs. Nintendo has been amazing this year. It was a slow, kind of roughish start, I think, but then it just exploded. And I think it's just going to consistently be amazing for at least one more year. We got a lot of cool stuff coming, especially with the news that I'm about to drop you, okay? So these bombs, let's go. Megaman X coming to Switch. All of them. The later ones suck, let's admit that. But at least, I think we can all agree, at least Megaman X 1 through 4, maybe 5, were pretty great. If not masterpieces. Amazing games. And in addition to that, guys, some extra news here. Not really. This is the main dish here. New Mega Man. We get a whole new Mega Man, Mega Man 11. But it's kind of weird. I do want to talk about this. We're getting Mega Man X's coming to Switch, which is cool. But we weren't getting like all the Mega Mans or like the anniversary editions or you know, re-releases in order to tie in with the promotion for Mega Man 11. I don't know why they didn't do that. Can you guys tell me if you guys have a Switch? Is there like purchasable like emulation or virtual console so you can get the Mega Mans already? For those who are freaking confused, Mega Man X is actually a separate series from the default Mega Man. It's actually like a different character. And there's a bunch of different Mega Mans. Like, oh my god, there's so, like, I think there's ZX, there's X, there's Mega Man. You have like the, oh dude, Mega Man Legends. There's so many different Mega Mans out there. But X is a big series that's, I think, a little bit more edgy, a little bit hyperactive, and has a little bit more continuity with the story. And personally, my favorite, I mean, I started Mega Man with Mega Man X. And those were Super Nintendo games, I think through PlayStation. And then we have Mega Man, which was like on PC and I did a whole lot of platforms. It's really old, but then some of the newer ones were super colorful, very modern. I think Mega Man 9 or 8 was like really good looking. I think it was probably 9. I played the anniversary edition. But however, now let's kind of rant a little bit on the new Mega Man. Because I think we were let down by Mighty Number 9. And maybe this will be the Mighty Number 9 that we never had. But I'm getting vibes of Mighty Number 9. They switched to 3D, which I think most Mega Mans that were 3D have been near garbage, if not complete utter trash and completely unworth playing. I don't know. There's some debate on that. But this one is using 3D assets. In my opinion, it just looks lazy. Anytime a game has like a 2D gameplay element, but then instead of using, you know, hand-drawn sprites or pixel art or, you know, flash animation, they do 3D, I don't like it. I tend to just, I don't know, maybe it's just those games just tend to be lazier and they tend to be bad. Maybe this will be a great game, but I need you guys to tell me, is there any 2D game that uses a 3D assets that has actually been truly like good, like masterpiece level, like we can reference, you know, some of the older Mega Mans or Mega Man X's? Have there been any that have been truly masterpieces? And I don't know, there is the new Metroid on DS, which I don't have a 3DS. So I heard that's pretty good too. But I don't know, man. Really debatable. I'm really hesitating here because of Mighty Number 9. But again, maybe this is the game that we've all been waiting for. But Capcom's really been sitting on Mega Man. And I don't know, maybe its time has passed. I'm starting to think that maybe this is not the Sonic Mania that we want for Mega Man. But whatever, I'm still going to be hyped. At least we're getting some Mega Man X's coming to Switch, and it's going to be a great library whenever I finally do pick up the Switch. Oh, man. Yeah, especially with, we got 2 more stories, guys, actually, talking about Nintendo stuff. So cool, dude. Story number 2. We got some Wii games coming to the Shield. If you guys don't know what the NVIDIA Shield is, let's talk about that. The NVIDIA Shield is, there's a portable NVIDIA Shield, which is basically a controller with a screen. Then there's the NVIDIA tablet, which is different from the portable, which is basically a tablet. It is the best bang for buck tablet, period. I love it. I personally own it. It's fantastic. that has its own unique games that are optimized and can only be played on just it. Has its own special library as well, but you do play Android games. Don't get that wrong. And then you have the NVIDIA Shield TV, but they're all just called NVIDIA Shield. So the NVIDIA Shield TV is basically like a console, and the NVIDIA Shield TV is essentially a Switch without a screen. The hardware is very similar. In fact, NVIDIA partnered with Nintendo to help make the Switch and make some of the hardware. So that's cool. That's cool stuff. They're very similar. It just kind of makes sense. The port would be easy. But we're getting some Wii games coming to the NVIDIA Shield. That's going to be Zelda Twilight Princess, Super Mario Galaxy, a game called Fist, I believe, and Super Mario Brothers. And there might be more games. And I think that all those games, it's exciting for me because I own a Shield. I think a lot of people do own Shields, especially if you take Android gaming seriously like I do. Most people don't, let's be honest. But I think this is cool because if we see more Nintendo stuff coming over to the NVIDIA Shield, that probably means more stuff might come to Android. More AAA companies then will take Android gaming or mobile gaming more seriously. Also, I think Nintendo makes really freaking cool peripherals. So if I could be able to use, like Nintendo peripherals with my phone, with my NVIDIA Shield tablet, I think that would be sick. In fact, even before the Switch was announced, I was actually looking for a Switch-like controller scheme that I could just kind of stick onto my tablet. And there are some alternatives, and some are being made directly emulating the Switch. I think you might be able to use the Joy-Cons, actually, if you do a little bit of hackiness. I'm going to look into that. But that's why I'm really excited. So these games, you might have played them. You probably did, Super Mario Galaxy especially. These are all good games, okay? But I think to me, the big news is kind of the statement that this leaves. It's like, okay, Android gaming and Nintendo is finally branching out. And if Nintendo's branching out, which it's freaking Nintendo, then I can't wait to see more games do that. And in fact, the next story, let's go into this. Dark Souls on the Switch? What? Okay, so this is kind of a rumor. There was a tweet and it said that, there's going to be a remaster for Dark Souls, Xbox, PS4, there's going to be a soon announcement. And then it said, oh, and the Switch. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of exciting. Now, I have to put it as a rumor because the tweet was deleted. However, I honestly do believe that Dark Souls 1 will be getting a remaster. And I think it's going to come to all the modern platforms. And I think it's going to be amazing. For a couple of reasons. One, Dark Souls 1 is actually still popular. Like, people still churn through it every single year. We return to each Dark Souls. There's Return to Lordran event, which is going to be Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. I think they kind of space it out a little bit. Bloodborne. I don't know if they do it for Demon Souls. I doubt it because that's just a PS3 game. Hopefully that gets a remaster. There's some rumors about that because the online's shutting down. But Dark Souls is getting a remaster. It needs it because those are some older consoles that it played on. It kind of played not great. I personally played without mods on PC and I did just fine. But there was that stigma that Dark Souls wasn't a good port. Actually, with mods, it's okay. But I think, yeah, a remaster just makes sense. Dark Souls 1, I think, is, for the most part, uncontestedly the best Dark Souls, or really the best Souls-like experience. On par with Bloodborne, it depends on your tastes. But Dark Souls 1 is a magical experience. It's amazing. In fact, I have an essay talking about what makes Dark Souls so special to me personally, which is going to be the magic system. And I like it, and I want people to play it, but it's going to be on the Switch? So, portable Dark Souls. That flicks some people's nipples there. This is super exciting. I can't wait to see people throwing their Switches on, public transportation. Just fuck! Okay, no, Dark Souls isn't that rage-inducing. Maybe a little bit. But, yeah, on the Switch, I think it'll be cool. I don't know how you guys feel about the controller scheme, though, with the Joy-Cons. Do you think that's going to work out? Think it's going to be fine? I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be okay. I played Dark Souls with a few controllers. I mean, if somebody could beat Dark Souls with freaking bananas, I think that we will be okay. So yeah, I'm excited as long as it runs great. And Dark Souls is an older game. If it's a remaster proper, based on my experience with Dark Souls 2 and 3, I think it's going to run great. I think it's going to be cool. I don't know if it's going to be 30 FPS on the Switch. Of course, we could prefer 60. It's probably going to be 30. It's probably, especially because, Dark Souls and how it's coded and everything, a little bit ancient technology there. It does run kind of in sync with FPS. So if we can get 60 FPS on Xbox One and PS4, that'll be great. People will have fun with it. And if we can get a remaster on PC as well, I don't know why they wouldn't, but it's possible. Anyways, yeah, that's going to funnel more people into Dark Souls, and I think it's great. A lot of people jumped on with Dark Souls 3 or maybe Bloodborne, and they didn't have the chance to play Dark Souls 1. But Dark Souls 1 is seriously amazing. It is a very different experience from, I would say, especially 3. So yeah, I just want to end cap this little segment here by saying, if you haven't played Dark Souls, or any Souls-like game, you need to. Like, I honestly think you need to. It is my Bible. Dark Souls is my Bible. It's many gamers' Bible, and there's a reason why it's influenced the industry so heavily and defined a genre. It's great. Even if you end up not beating it and you suck at it and you die a lot, well, I mean, that's just the case anyways, you should give it an honest attempt. All right, guys, so our final story. And I'm just so happy. Let me just say, I am so happy that today we had just such enthusiasm and such positivity with the news. No drama, no bullshit, no, nothing. Just good stuff. So today, let's end the video by talking about Rainbow Six Siege surpassing 25 million players. So this isn't like super big news. We knew the game was on the rise, or if you didn't, well, now you do. But we knew Rainbow Six Siege was a thing. And it's kind of been a little bit quiet. It hasn't been so explosive. And I believe I talked about it one other time since I started this series. But Rainbow Six Siege is a great game, at least in its current form. And it's going to get better. It's only going to get better. In fact, I'm now putting it in my favorites, and this is going to now go into my daily game territory. At the moment, that's like Hearthstone a little bit. You know, I play a few mobile games. Yeah, I jump onto League of Legends at the moment. You know, I got a daily rotation, and I'm now putting Rainbow Six Siege in there because it's being taken way more seriously as an esport now. It's getting a lot more views on Twitch. It obviously has more players. It's only growing as well, where a lot of games, like we mentioned yesterday, Battle Right is only losing players. A lot of niche, very hardcore games lose players. Until it seems like when they get that formula just right, that esport formula just right, which Rainbow Six Siege did, apparently, then it really starts to grow and accelerate, and that's what's happening here. So, if you guys don't know, Rainbow Six Siege is, okay, take, like I guess you could say the Vegas series, Rainbow Six Vegas, which I loved. I liked a lot. 1 and 2 were super good. And then add in hero shooter elements, as in you actually have heroes. They're called operators in this game. You have a really interesting destructible environments, and it's, I think it's, I don't know how to explain this in like explosivity terms. Like, oh my gosh, there's heroes. Oh my gosh, you have super abilities. You do have really cool gadgets. But really, it's all the subtle things that make this game great. You know, it's the grappling mechanics, and it's the very subtle destruction. I mean, you're not going to level any buildings or entire towns like Battlefield, but you have very subtle, like literal bullet penetration into walls. You have very subtle, little tiny mechanics that you can control your character, how the characters all interact with. There's a lot of stuff that I can't really explain or help to paint or sell the game. It's just super solid. Now, the game did not launch like that. That's why this is news. The game did not launch in that awesome state. They had the fundamentals there, and the game had those subtleties to an extent, but it was so buggy. It didn't play that great. It had awful netcode. And there was just a lot of issues that just broke the game and had no potential in the world to be an esport. But they came out on top here. They really put in love and effort to refine this game. They constantly added in new content, which you can grind and get all for free. All the maps, all the characters, you get that stuff, okay? And it's just fantastic. Hopefully For Honor can make a U-turn. Uplay, Ubisoft, please. But we don't know the case. However, here, uncontestedly, we can say, with proof, Rainbow Six Siege proven itself here, now surpassing 25 million players. Is it a good game? Yes, Skylent give it his seal of approval. 2 thumbs up, absolutely. So friends and family, that's going to be the end of the news today. Hope you guys all have a fantastic night. And I just want to end by saying I am so glad that I could leave you with a little bit of positivity in the world. I love it when I can talk about news that's just, hey guys, here's some cool games. Let's go have some fun. Let's play together. I like that, and it's why I have this channel. I really appreciate it. A lot of people think I'm just a negative Nancy, but actually, I just like being a kid. I just like being a kid, and I like playing games. I like sharing that experience with you guys. Getting a little choked up. It feels good, man. Feels good. So, I can't wait to play these games, or jump back into some old ones, relive the past a little bit, and again, hopefully we can share that together. So if you want to, of course, twitch.tv/Skylent, join our Discord, links in the description, as well as all the news stories down below, you know, and just, I don't know, man, send a comment. Send a comment, a little message down below. Let me know what you guys think about these stories. And hey, if you want to play some games, let's do it, guys. That's all. Keep that hype alive. My name's Skylent, and I'll see you again next time.